Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. We are now inside a week until the federal government hits its credit limit, according to Treasury Department officials. The stalemate over how to avoid that shows no signs of ending. Two major plans remain under consideration, but neither has much bipartisan support. Tonight, though, one has more Republican support than it did just 24 hours ago. We have Team Fox coverage. Ed Henry reports on the increasingly dire tone coming from the White House. But we begin with Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel on Capitol Hill gridlock. Good evening, Mike.
Brett, good evening. A short time ago, a meeting wrapped up with Speaker Boehner trying to round up votes from House Republican freshmen. Earlier in the day, the Speaker told Republican members, quote, to get your ass in line and back his plan. Time is really running short as a day was lost in the process.
Speaker Boehner saved his talking for behind closed doors as House Republicans are arm twisting to achieve the necessary 217 votes for his debt plan to pass the House, following the Congressional Budget Office analysis, which showed Boehner's plan $350 billion short of projected cuts. The Speaker pulled it back, fine-tuned it, and pushed for the bill to hit the floor Thursday.
When push comes to shove, I'm confident that this bill is going to pass the House of Representatives.
Part of that confidence comes from signs the tide is shifting in favor of the Boehner plan from fiscal hawks.
I've shifted to leaning yes from leaning no, and that really is, you don't let the perfect get in the way of the doable.
And the Senate Republican leader offered this show of support for the Boehner package.
The fact is, Republicans have offered the only proposal at this point that attempts to get at the root of the problem and which actually has a chance of getting to the president's desk. That's why we'll continue to press for the legislation Speaker Boehner has proposed.
After predicting no Senate Democrats will ultimately vote for the Boehner bill, Senator Chuck Schumer offered this assessment.
The Speaker's plan is on life support, and it's time for him to pull the plug. We need to move on to other plans that actually have a chance of passing.
Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid's plan came up $500 billion short with the congressional budget analysts, but Reid said he would trim his plan by that amount. But if the Speaker's plan passes the House and is sent to the Senate, the Majority Leader says he's prepared.
Don't worry, it'll be altered if it gets over here.
Before it gets there, there is controversy as a Republican study committee aide sent an email Tuesday to conservative activists trying to get them to help kill the Boehner plan. Intra-party warfare trying to manufacture pressure on Republicans. Brett?
Mike, thank you. As you were speaking, the Congressional Budget Office just released some new details. According to the Speaker's office, they just put onto their website new analysis from the CBO on this new plan, saying that the spending cuts in the new plan are greater than the debt hike now. Cut and cap spending by $917 billion over 10 years, more than the $900 billion debt hike, cutting $22 billion in the spending year FY 2012. There are more details here. We will get with them and check all of that out with the panel in just a bit.